This is my first 3D mount system that I've worked for the Realacc x210. I just wanted to show that off, and I'll show these pieces off individual, but this is for like your run cam style HD mount in your FPV camera. If you notice that there no longer has a little carbon fiber HD mounting system, or a FPV camera system mount. It also doesn't have the standoff up in here, so that should reduce some of the weight. But if you'll notice, I can get plenty of angle on the FPV camera. Probably could remove the mount. I can go all the way up to the actual mount. I'll show that off just a little bit more here in a future video once I get it apart, how far I can go up. And of course, you don't have to have that top mount on there, but it can go down. Looks like this is the lowest that it can go, but I think that's pretty casual flying there. I don't know what the angle is, but that's what I'm working on. I didn't like the mount that come with it, because you couldn't move the the FPV camera up and down because it hit the back a carbon fiber plate here. I'll show in just a second what clearance you have. The camera that I do have in here is the Run Cam Eagle, so I think it should mount in the same spot as the other FPV cameras. Another thing, this does have a top, this FPV camera does have a top plug, a top where you plug the camera into the board. So let's take the top off of this and look a little bit more detailed into how the actual camera fits without the HD mount on top of it, because you don't have to have that. Just a second to remove these 4 screws, and I'll show off the parts individual. So how I probably should put this on my channel update, but how I'm selling these parts are $10 each, not for the whole system, but for each mount, $10 each, and then plus shipping. So, you know, it's alrighty. So let me put this tube screws in here so you can see exactly how much clearance the FPV camera has with just the FPV camera mount. Now, I did get some parts off of Thingiverse, but I modified them into work for my needs. So all of these mounts I created, not from scratch, just modeling of other parts that have been made. So if you look, that's the where the camera's mounted. Let's turn it over here where you can see that it does have clearance to turn all the way up. And matter of fact, if you don't have the 3D mount on there, the HD mount, you can pretty much put it you'd be going fast like that. But if you will notice, I didn't have to cut the frame any, and also you don't have them carbon fiber pieces right here, because the one bad thing about having them pieces is when your ESC wires coming from, or your ESC power and ground wire coming to your flight controller, you're right there by that carbon fiber, and a decent wreck will cut that silicone wire and short out to your frame. So that's another benefit of using this 3D printed mount versus the one that come with it. But the main reason why I designed it to begin with is because I didn't have enough clearance to move my camera up and down. So let's take that. Let's show you the first, the Run Cam style HD mount here. Of course, it has your 2 bolts in the front and back. Still has your room to be able to see your 5.8 gigahertz transmitter. and of course I have no, that's where you put your strap through there. So yeah, let me see how much this particular part weighs. Alrighty, turn this on. Let's see here, and see if we can catch it. Alright, here we go. It's at 0. Throw it on. So it does add, let's see, 8 grams onto it. But that's if you're going to mount your HD camera. And let me show you the GoPro style one that I've made. Here, just 1 second. I've also made this style right here to hold your GoPro on there. You know, I don't have a GoPro, the Session or the Standard, so I can't test it. I can always modify these 3D prints to work for your needs. But I do have strap holes on the side and strap hole in the top and the back to wrap around this way or this way, depending on how you want to wrap it. So let's see how much this mount has. Sorry for the shaky video. Get it in focus. And that one actually weighs 9 grams. Alright, so you're going to use your heavier GoPro. You're also going to have a little bit heavier weight for the GoPro mount. Alright, so let's move over to the actual goodies, and that is the FPV mount itself. Because some of you won't even be running the HD camera mount on it. So the big question is, I haven't even weighed it yet. So how much does the versus the plate versus the 3D print, how much is the weight difference? Because you know, on these FPV quads, weight a little bit, every gram count, they say. So alright, so we're going to show this. If you'll notice, the 3D mount goes right here. You can tighten up the screws, but what I like to do is put a little styrofoam right here, styrofoam cushion stuff here, and that will actually reduce some of the vibration and also keep your camera in place. But you can also tighten the bolts. So I just never really had success with just the screws. I do have a black one of these printed, so I don't have to take that off during the video. I'll grab the black one, and let's see how much that weighs. If you notice, it is the same. It's the same amount. It's just black. All right, let's see how much the 3D print was. I tell you what, let's see how much just the mount weighs first. So assuming that you use the standard mount, and instead of my FPV camera mount, you got your screws, your 2 side plates, and your standoff. Now, then you're also still going to have the problem with the moving the camera up and down. So, you know, it may be a little bit more weight. I'm not for sure. Haven't weighed it yet, but it may be worth the functionality. All right, here we go. Here's our 2 screws that we would use, our 2 plates, and our standoff. So we're looking at 4 grams for that mounting system. All right, move that off here. Back at 0. Now let's see where we're at. I'm expecting it to be more, but it's going to be functional. See, I still have some stuff I need to clean off there real quick. Let me clean off that, so that would be a fair weight advantage. Hold on. same little mount here. Make sure we're still at 0 mount cleaned off. Here we go. Let's see. I'm anxious to see what it is too myself. 4 grams. So exact same weight for a more functional 3D printed FPV camera mount. And the advantages of not worried about cutting your wires. So that's pretty good. Alrighty, and plus you get a little protection from the front. You get a little protection from to keep that camera from falling all the way down. Wow, I'm surprised that it's the same weight as the carbon. All right, great. All right, well, thank you so much for viewing my video. If you are interested in purchasing any of these parts, like I said, each part itself is $10 a piece. And then, you know, if you just want the FPV camera mount, that's $10 plus shipping, or if I can meet you somewhere, we may do that too if you live close enough. So, yeah, I'm excited to try out this mount. And I sure hope that you would like it too if you decide to purchase it. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to view my video today. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you also are interested in some more of my content, if you could check my playlist or any videos that I have up here in the left-hand corner. Thank you.